Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Tech Toys. This, of course, is the Cricket World Cup 2011 special. With me on the show, special guest Ayaz Memon has been writing on cricket for 30 years. A former cricketer himself, he's a commentator, he's an expert's expert, and most importantly, an observer of Indian cricket from near and far. So, Ayaz, technology and cricket. Has cricket become better for technology or worse?
Well, I think the dissemination of information is so much online now that you can't follow the sport without being, hooked onto what's appearing on the net.
And you're pretty big in the online space. You're writing columns for the Daily Telegraph. You're writing columns for Deccan Chronicle. How has the feedback been from the online community you're writing?
Well, it's interesting because I think the volumes of people going online is far larger, and therefore your audience is, there are no geographical boundaries. You're not writing only for a city. You're writing for the community or the diaspora, wherever it is, the cricketing diaspora, and I think that's a great high.
We're going to talk about this World Cup and your favorite teams and who you think is likely to win. But before that, quick question. On top of everybody's mind, there's one question. Is too much cricket killing cricket? Indian cricket especially?
Well, in theory it seems so, but in practice you see that it's becoming bigger and bigger. The first World Cup, Suresh, in 1975 had an outlay of £100,000.
Okay.
This time the winning team is going to get $3 million plus.
Okay.
So that shows you the growth in in the last 35 years. So I just think it's becoming bigger. How much is enough? Really who's to say?
Now, a lot of technology has impacted the game of cricket. Most importantly and most notably, the third umpire. Are you a big fan of technology impacting the game itself, like a third umpire? Next, they're talking about ball technology where you can put a little chip in the ball so you know whether the batsman snicked the ball or not and removes uncertainty from umpiring. Are you a big fan of technology or is it slowing the game down?
No, I think actually I'm a convert. Okay. When the third umpire first came and the match referee, they were actually eroding the authority of the umpires in the middle.
Okay.
In a sense, that's true. But I can see huge amount of benefit accruing from technology. UDRS, the umpire's decision review system, which has come in, has made the game fairer. The stakes are so high that you don't want a bad decision which can ruin a career or rob a team of a victory or a tournament.
Changing tracks completely. A lot of women in cricket nowadays. You have women commentators, you have pretty girls who are on TV telling us, interviewing big cricket stars. Good thing of...
I think it's very good. For instance, the IPL has drawn in a huge number of women spectators. You can't tell a spectator what to go and watch, but if you make it attractive enough, like the IPL has done with all its razzmatazz, the spectators have come in and they include a lot of women. And I think that's great for the game because otherwise you're keeping 50% of the spectatorship out.
And if you're wondering which television you should be watching the World Cup 2011 and all those pretty women cricketers, take a look at our first story.
Who would have ever imagined that hitting a ball with a wooden stick would turn out to be this popular? Well, with the World Cup fever on the rise, it's time you make that TV upgrade that you've been eyeing for a while. So here's your buying guide 101 to make sure that every delivery leaves you awestruck.
Let's digest the alphabet soup first. What are these? LCD, LED, plasma? These different forms of technology affect the way your picture comes alive and can make or break your cricket viewing experience. Chronologically, plasma TVs are a bit old but have great colors. Also, their viewing angles are the best around, and that means you can see a clear picture even if you're not seated directly opposite to the television. However, their effectiveness might reduce over an extended period of time and draw considerable power. LCD or liquid crystal display TVs have great colors and are available in more sizes than a plasma TV. Their great resolution followed by falling prices make these the most popular flat screen TVs. On the flip side, viewing angles aren't as good as plasmas. LEDs are the new kids on the block. They have excellent colors and also ultra slim and come with great energy efficiency. However, be prepared to spend quite a bit on these as they are expensive. Having said that, look out for these three things before swiping that plastic card. Look for a good contrast ratio. This is basically the difference between the white and the black. Ratios can be 10,000 to 1 or 50,000 to 1. The higher, the better. Then, check the screen refresh rate. This is the number of times the image on the screen is refreshed every second. Again, the higher the better. Plasmas can have refreshes up to 600 Hz, for an LCD or an LED for at least 200 Hz. And finally, look out for the full HD stamp and not just a HD ready logo. Here's the difference. A full HD TV has a HD screen, a good high resolution screen, while an HD ready TV is limited to displaying HD images on a smaller resolution screen. Having said that, let's have a look at three fabulous TVs.
The problem with buying an LCD TV is that there are way too many choices, and walking into a TV store to buy one is not the best way of doing it. So here are 3 flat screen TVs that you should buy with your eyes closed, or rather, without second thoughts.
Say LCD and Samsung is pretty much king. And this is the best of the hundreds of models that we have reviewed in the past. This Samsung mouthful LA40C650 is a full HD 40-inch LCD TV with a mind-blowing contrast ratio of 240,000 to 1. Samsung Hyperreal engine will make images come alive better, and the plethora of connectivity options including USB will ensure that you always have something to look forward to on this TV. Priced at 77,000 rupees, this gets our thumbs up. Moving towards LED TVs, we can't stop gushing about this 47-inch LG 47 LX9500. Here's why. It's the best in the class. A mind-boggling contrast ratio of 10 million to 1, a refresh rate of 480 Hz, a THX certified display, can stream HD content wirelessly, and also lets you access Yahoo, YouTube and Picasa. If that isn't enough, it's 3D enabled too. At a price tag of 1,55,000 rupees, this gets both our thumbs up. And here's a TV that'll leave you awestruck. The 58-inch. Yes, the 58-inch TV looks so good that it doesn't matter what comes on it. We're just kidding. With a contrast ratio again of 10 million to 1 and capable of displaying a mind-boggling 2,250 trillion colors, this is the finest that money can buy. The TV viewing experience is unparalleled and left us astounded. If you didn't get front row tickets to that India cricket match, here's a TV that'll put you in the middle of the pitch.
Buy a good TV and do yourself another favor. Get a set of good speakers to go with them. Now, most LCD TVs don't have great sound as it's difficult to case speakers in that very thin chassis. While you're at it, a good lazy boy chair is a good buy too. To build that cricketing atmosphere, get a portable mini fridge. It's also a good idea to buy. Wait, I have a feeling this list might not end. Just stop with the speakers and the lazy boy chair.
Right, so that's the best television for you. Take a quick break. We'll see you on the other side. Still in conversation with Ayaz Memon on our World Cup 2011 special on Tech Toys. Welcome back. You're still watching the cricket special of Tech Toys on the eve of World Cup 2011. Ayaz Memon, my special guest, commentator, cricket writer and expert. Ayaz, let's talk about the Indian team for Cricket World Cup 2011. Recently, Dhoni got a lot of flack for saying maybe the team is not mentally prepared to win the World Cup. He said something to that effect, not exactly those words. Big mistake on his part?
Well, I think he was being a little candid, and I think he retracted from what he had said. Okay. And as it turned out, India won the warm-up matches, and so therefore they went.
The second one convincingly.
So look, it's a good team. They played a lot of cricket, so there is the fatigue factor. But I think when you're playing at this level, and you know you're not shying away from the benefits of the crew, so you shouldn't shy away from the kind of effort it takes to play.
Do you buy the theory that we have the world's best batting lineup?
Yes, I do. I mean, if you look at it over the last 2 or 3 years, we are the number 1 test team according to the ICC rankings, and we are number 2 in the ODIs. Okay. So that's a big jump from say 4 or 5 years ago when we were in the middle rankings, 5, 6 in both. I think the team has done well. This team has got depth, balance, experience, and obviously class. So what it needs is now to translate all of this.
Are you concerned about the bowling at all? Many cricket pundits are saying the lack of pace attack is probably going to be the weakest link in our chain.
It probably is, but allowing for the fact that I think Zahir Khan is perhaps the second best fast bowler in the world after Dale Steyn.
Injury notwithstanding?
Injury is the big concern. But I think also the fact that cricket is being played this time in India and the subcontinent, okay. I don't think you will have pacey, bouncy wickets as we've seen. So the spinners are going to come more into play, and therefore we've got decent spinners. Okay. My biggest concern about the Indian team is about fitness. Okay. And about fielding. Of the 3 Fs, I'm not so worried about the form. Okay. I'm worried about the fielding, and I'm worried about the fit.
Right. Let's get to the big S question. Sachin's probably last World Cup, or certainly last World Cup. Is too much being made of Sachin's retirement and the fact that we have to win it for him? It's a country of 1 billion people, a team of 15 people. Should it all come down to one man?
It shouldn't, and for many reasons. One is that Sachin has not said this is his last World Cup.
He hasn't said.
So there's a lot of assumption being made in the environment that this is going to be the last World Cup. It could be. He's 37. The other is that, and somebody like Kapil Dev has rightly pointed out that this is about India winning the World Cup, not Sachin Tendulkar alone.
Not winning it for Sachin, you win it for India.
So why, within the dressing room, you might feel inspired to do it for, one Dada or one Guru. But ultimately, you have to go out and play for Team India.
Right, so go out and play for Team India. That's Ayaz Memon's advice. If you'd like to record a few matches because you're busy at work and you can't really bunk every day to watch the matches, take a look at what we have for you.
Ask any cricketer what it takes to succeed on the field and they'll tell you just one thing: timing. It's all about knowing what works best when, and timing alone can change the course of the game. Now, taking cue from the cricket fever that's about to hit the country for an entire month, Tata Sky has recently launched its much-awaited HD DVR. With 500 GB of inbuilt storage, the timing could not have been more perfect. Here's what Tata Sky has to offer. Switch on Tata Sky and the first thing you will notice is how clean the screen looks. With a brand new menu layout, the earlier clutter and confusion is now replaced by an intuitive and easy to navigate menu system. Two big improvements from the earlier Tata Sky Plus is that Tata Sky HD now allows you to record 500 GB or roughly 625 hours of full high definition video content with one single click on your remote. Big leaps aside, Tata Sky has also paid a lot of attention to detail. The menu, for instance, is neatly divided into 4 categories: all channels, HD channels, entertainment and movies. While as of now there are only 4 HD channels, that is Discovery HD, Star HD, National Geographic and Showcase HD, come World Cup season, ESPN will also be added to the list. Users will also now be able to add 50 channels to their favorites list and add 20 channels to their protected or locked list. This one feature being especially useful for parents with young kids at home. The other welcome change with the Tata Sky HD is that unlike before, you can now access the channel list by simply clicking the other genre button on the remote. So now you no longer have to access the menu to record, favorite a channel, see program schedule or view all the channels in the list. While the active learning feature on the Tata Sky still needs a lot of work in terms of content and graphics, the pay-per event, value on demand and Showcase HD are fantastic features that come inbuilt with the box. In fact, Showcase HD even lets you set a reminder to record. Installation takes about a day from the minute you place the order, and the one channel package that you're bound to love called True Choice lets you choose individual channels and make your own pack. Pack prices start at 150 rupees and goes up to 380 rupees a month. To book a Tata Sky HD DVR, all users have to do is log on to the website, click Book Now and fill out details, or call the number mentioned on the site for a free home delivery, or even better, just SMS BUY to 56633. For 4,000 bucks, this is one buy you will not regret. We guarantee that. If you're wondering why there's no mention of the Reliance HD DVR's plain technical issues, as they call it, unless you're personally related to the Ambanis, getting hold of the Reliance HD DVR is a Herculean task and honestly not worth it. Which leaves us with an undisputed winner, Tata Sky HD DVR.
On that note, it's time for another quick break on Tech Toys. This is the cricket special. I'm in conversation with Ayaz Memon. Come back. Welcome back. You're still watching the Cricket World Cup 2011 special of Tech Toys. I'm in conversation with Ayaz Memon. For those of you tuning in late, you'd like to catch Ayaz Memon's writings, here's where you should go. Ayaz is writing for the Deccan Chronicle, for the Asian Age, for Midday, for Hungama.com, for the Daily Telegraph online in the UK, and you're big on Twitter and Facebook as well. You can follow Ayaz at @cricketwala on Twitter and facebook.com/cricketwala. That's where you can catch Ayaz Memon. Ayaz, that's a lot of work.
Lot of work. And mail today.
And mail today as well. And so, Ayaz, when did you decide that this is going to be a real job? This is like pretty much fun for you, right? Writing about cricket is a passion turned into a full-time career.
Yeah, I think, if you're a failed cricketer, you might as well do the next best thing.
There is a failed cricketer story somewhere back there.
Well, everybody in India is a failed cricketer at some stage.
Or a failed Bollywood star.
Or a failed, no, I've kept away from Bollywood.
Just kept away from Bollywood.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I think my passion for cricket overrode my qualification in becoming a lawyer.
Okay.
So I decided that if somebody is going to pay me to watch a cricket match, then I'm better off, forget law, junk it. So I've been, pretty engrossed or involved in cricket for the last 30-35 years. Even while I was editing, papers, but my sports writing continued. So, and it seems to have got more, reinforced now with the online stuff coming in. There's Twitter, which I really enjoy, and there's Facebook and, online stuff, because your audiences are so far out.
And the impact is immediate.
The impact is immediate.
The impact of Twitter is immediate. You don't need to wait for tomorrow
very
morning.
democratic, and people come back to you, hurling bombs at you, and you have to reply to them. Great fun.
Alright, so Ayaz Memon at Cricketwala Twitter if you want to follow Ayaz on Twitter. Alright, Ayaz Memon, it's time for the rapid fire round on Tech Toys. 10 questions in 1 minute. Greatest cricketer of all time.
Sir Garfield Sobers.
Best cricketer in World Cup 2011.
A tie between Sachin Tendulkar and Jack Cullis.
Who's going to win the World Cup?
India are the favourites, I'll go with that.
And number 2, if not India?
Very dangerous side, Pakistan. Watch out for them.
Best fielder in the world.
I would say that it's A.B. de Villiers.
A.B. de Villiers of South Africa. Best bowler in the world.
Dale Steyn for me.
Dale Steyn. Best coach in World Cup 2011.
Gary Kirsten, he's done so much.
Gary
He's
Kirsten
raised India's stock.
Of India. The best piece of cricketing gossip you've heard lately.
Best piece of...
Hookups with movie stars, anything. Any piece of gossip that you...
Well, it's not gossip. I think the fact that Shrishant and Harbhajan have kissed and made up is the best story I've heard.
One piece of advice for Lalit Modi.
I wish I could say come back, all is forgiven, but that's for the law to decide. I think that he did a lot of things that were great for the game. They say that there are a lot of things he did which were not so great for the administration of the game, but I hope that it's resolved in some way.
Best female cricket commentator in the world.
Anjum Chopra,
Anjum
who's
Chopra.
a former player and a current player, not a former player. I like Mayanti Langer, who's there on
football and cricket now.
Football and cricket. She's got deep knowledge. And of course, Mandira Bedi, who I think
made cricket famous with her noodle traps comment.
The expertise apart, she's very charming. She's one of our audience.
Okay, the word is charming. So Ayaz says charming, I say Mandira Bedi brought heat to cricket. If you'd like to watch cricket everywhere means everywhere, Satya will show you how. Take a look.
If you've decided to buy yourself that big fat TV, well, take Ashwin's advice and you will be in safe hands. But clearly, you're not going to be sitting at home the entire month to watch those matches, right? More likely, you'll either be at work, silently mouthing a few unpleasant ones at your boss, or violently so at the car just ahead of you which decides to break down in the middle of the street. There's not a whole lot you can do at those times except perhaps watch some of those matches on your mobile phone or your computer. Boring, right? Wrong. Here are a few cool portable accessories for your mobile phones, computers, laptops, iPads or what you may to add a little extra zing to those otherwise boring moments. If you breathe cricket instead of oxygen, then mark these sites in your favorites. With just a computer or a laptop at your disposal, you are best served by logging on to www.espnstar.com. You can watch all the matches live during this World Cup all for free. And if you are further lonely and have only a mobile phone for company, then you better be a Vodafone subscriber because Vodafone has exclusive rights to stream live matches on its 2G and 3G networks. You can watch ball live coverage of all 49 ODIs on your mobile phone via ESPN Mobile TV for a monthly fee of 99 rupees or get a daily pass for 20 rupees. Now, if you have the luxury of sitting in a conference room in the company of like-minded cricket enthusiasts, bring out the Aptech Pocket Cinema V20 Plus mobile Pico projector out of your pocket and project your passion on 65-inch glory. This little portable projector connects to your mobile phone, iPhone, iPod, laptop and computer and throws up a 6 to 65-inch projection. 24,500 rupees for this portable companion makes it a great value for money. Have an iPad? Well, stand it up on these funky supports and give it its rightful place during your work days, right next to your computer. This compact foldable stand keeps your iPad upright, so you can always keep one eye on the live coverage of the matches while the other is engaged in some serious number crunching on that spreadsheet. And if you are the most unfortunate soul who has no better option but to watch the matches on the tiny screen of your mobile phone, we can only sympathize. And if you're stuck on a long drive during the matches with some equally unfortunate co-passengers, make a little more place for Edimac's wireless 3G portable router. Just plug in your 3G data card into this compact black box and create an instant Wi-Fi 3G hotspot and share it with your co-travelers on the go. Accessing internet wirelessly via 3G anytime, anywhere will cost you 7,500 rupees. Well, we can't do much about the small screen of your mobile phone, but we can certainly enhance part of your World Cup experience. Presenting JBL On Tour XTB speakers. This lightweight, compact, semi-globular gadget is your portable sound companion with excellent audio quality. It connects to your phone or any other gadget through Bluetooth and adds the JBL punch to your tiny screen. Ideally, you shouldn't be seen carrying any phone without Bluetooth. But on those bad hair days that you do, you can connect it to the JBL speakers through USB or even the 3.5mm jack. You'll be set back by 12,500 rupees for carrying these portable speakers. But hey, it's cricket, you know. And if good sound can tingle every nerve and fiber in your body, go for it.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of the cricket special of Tech Toys. Ayaz Memon, it's been a pleasure. As always, thank you for being on the show and enlightening us with all your insights. What's the one thing you're looking forward to in this World Cup? The one thing that's going to keep you hooked?
Well, I think India's performance, surely. I mean, if you're there in the 1K day on April 2, that'll be the biggest joy of my life. Remember, I was there as eyewitness to see India win in 1983. And if I can see a kind of a,
and who do you think we should face in the final? Who do you think we're likely to face?
Anybody. I mean, it could be
India, Pakistan, ideally.
Oh, that would kind of bring the subcontinent alive.
War by other means. Right, for those of you who'd like to catch Ayaz, once again, it's the Deccan Chronicle, the Asian Age, Midday, Hungama.com, the Daily Telegraph online. Also follow him at Cricketwala or Facebook.com/Cricketwala or read his column in Mail Today. Ayaz Memon, thank you once again.
Thanks, Suresh.
Thank you for watching Tech Toys.